What's up, everybody? Today, we're going to have an interesting conversation. Let's talk about it. All right. Let's talk about men's mental health and the stereotypes. Now, probably wondering, why does it matter? They're men. And that right there is why we're going to discuss men's mental health. Because I don't know how many times I've heard, and I'm a female, remind you. I don't know how many times I've heard, well, I don't know. They're a man. They'll get over it, over heartbreak. No, boo boo. They feel everything we feel. They just learn how to hide it. What up, Ever? How you doing, honey? So yeah. No, Felix today, dude. Today's a very on point topic. We're gonna discuss men's mental health and the stereotypes that happened in it. I do love and appreciate you, Ever. What up, SJ? Since I have such a wide variety of male uh, followers, it's definitely important that I get on the subject of men's mental health because I don't know about you, but I hear some of the most bogus bullshit. One of the main things I hear is, well, I don't understand why he can't just get over it. Because he has feelings and emotions, and that's okay. Or I didn't mean to hit him that hard. You shouldn't have hit him at all. What up, Dorian? How's it doing? How you doing? Or I can't I say him because he's a man. Men cannot be. I said, bitch. The second he said no, that is considered SA. The further you persist and you do little things that make him feel uncomfortable after he has said no, that is considered SA. If a man tells you no, it's just like if a woman tells you no, 100 fucking percent. And I don't know how many times I hear, well, he's a man. He can't be assaulted. Come on, he should get over it. Bitch, how about I assault you? And you get over it. And half of the reason that we as a society treat men like this is because of the simple fact that's what we've been taught. Because think about it. How many of the male people in my audience has literally said, I don't want to do that, and been forced to do something? Has literally said, I don't feel like peopling today. Maybe we could just sit in the house and relax. I'm being told no, I'm made to go out and do things. How many men have cried? I don't know, because they're feeling emotional that day, watching a sappy movie and cried. A family member passed away and cried. And her, all of a sudden, it's, well, he's a man. He should get over it. I don't understand. He's a man. He shouldn't be crying. Oh, and my favorite thing going around on TikTok right now is, you know what my ick is? When a man shows emotions. Okay, so that you want a fucking robot or you want an asshole. But if they're an asshole to you, you're pissed off about it. But if they're an asshole to other people, you're all down for it. You can't have both the same way. You can't have an asshole out there in public and somebody who's soft and gentle in the house, because an asshole is going to be an asshole no matter where they are, because you have set the stereotype that they need to be an asshole. I don't understand why he can't just get over his ex. Like, they dated for like 4 years and they're just totally still not over him. Bitch, if you dated a guy for 4 fucking years, you would be crying in an emotional wreck. You would be the presso espresso. You wouldn't just be getting over it and hopping in another girl's bed. Nah. You'd be on the fucking floor crying and bawling, eating your Ben & Jerry's because you just don't understand. And as you can all tell, I'm definitely exaggerating the girls, because let me tell you, I have literally seen this shit on TikTok and it pisses me off. It doesn't matter how much a man goes through, they're not supposed to have emotions. Do you know that the Pride Month covered up Men's Mental Health Day? Matter of fact, let's see what day Men's Mental Health Awareness is, because I know it's in Pride Month. So, Men's Mental Health Day is June 13th. They had a day for it, but they covered it up and replaced it with something because it's just men. It irritates me. Why does it irritate me? Because I raised a little boy. I raised a little girl. I see it from both aspects. I am a girl and I raised a little boy. Well, he's not so little, as you all know, but I raised him. Let me catch some fucking bitch telling him that you just need to calm the fuck down. There's no reason for you to be so emotional. Because I will whop a bitch. If my son is having a bad day, talk about it. Find out what's going on. If my son's depresso espresso for no fucking reason, what's going on? What are you thinking? Let's talk about it. Let's see if we can help. Do you know 90% of the men that are depressed are told to ignore it? They are told, and I've heard this firsthand, well, you can't be depressed. You're a man. You don't have emotions like that. No, men can be depressed. Well, you can't be feeling like a little kid because you're a man. You need to be a grown up. Homie, if a man wants to run around and play like a child at a park and you have your kids with and they're interacting with them, I fucking let them. Even if your man wants to go to the park and don't have kids, he just wants to go play, take him out on a hiking trail. I suggest you don't take him to a little park without kids because, you know, that whole thing. But take him out to a fucking hiking trail. That's another fucking thing. Let's bring up kids and dads. I have heard and I have seen women bitch because a man doesn't change a diaper, because a man doesn't give the baby a bath, because the man doesn't put the baby to sleep. The man doesn't help. The man doesn't help. I hear it all the fucking time. But then I also see all these men out here who are trying, fighting, and having a struggle of its own, and get told, well, you didn't do this right, so let me just do this. Or you can't change your daughter's diaper because that's SA. A bitch of what? If you can't trust your man to change your kid's diaper without diddling in it, why the fuck are you with them? I can trust anyone to any child with Roy. A matter of fact, I have literally left Jordan at home when I have gone on long car trips. I have left him with Roy for hours, days. And never once did I have to worry about my child because I knew my child was going to be taken care of properly. So if you can't trust your man, why the fuck you with him? And if you're only with your man for the simple fact that he brings home the bacon, bitch, go get a job. There is more important things in a relationship than what a man can do for you. Now, there have been a couple people on Reddit, on TikTok, that have addressed the situation of, well, what have you done for a woman? And when that question is given back to him, well, I made sure his mind was in the right place. So you did absolutely jack fucking shit. Because if a guy were to say that about a woman, all hell would break loose on earth. Well, he's just so sexist. Like, he's abusive. He's controlling. He's this. He's that. Nah, bitch. He's just giving you the energy you're giving him. And I fairly think that we should start doing that. If you see a fucking woman just wailing on a man and then you see him fucking slap her back, fucking high five that man, because I don't know how many times women are out here assaulting men. And it's considered assault. I don't care who you are. If you see a fucking woman assaulting a man, fucking intervene. Oh, well, he's bigger than her. She can't assault him. No, bitch. The second you put your hands on her, that is considered assault. Thank you. I think we should start punishing women like we punish men. Why is it that a man can get in trouble for all of this bullshit, but a female can't? A female gets told, well, they're a female. They're supposed to do XYZ. A man's not. Bitch, a man, we are in the era of 2024. We are equals. If a man can't do it, neither can you. If a man can't fucking put their hands on you, you can't put your hands on a man. If a man tells you no, it fucking means no. I don't care who you are. And let's bring up another thing, because I have seen so many videos on this one. Well, I told him, thank you, Maddie. I appreciate you. Well, I told him no, but like I just wanted him to try. So you're mad at a man because he respected your boundaries that you laid in the dirt. Got you. But now if it were him and he did do that, well, he assaulted me because I said no. Bitch, that energy don't work both ways. If you can't accept a man saying no, I don't want it, and you pressure him, it is the same exact thing as if a man were to pressure you. So let's stop saying men can't be victims, because men can be victims. Any day of the week, a man can be a victim. And let me tell you, coming from a boy mom and a girl mom, now remind you, I have one of each. I have a girl and a boy. I see it from both angles. And I will straight up fucking throw up a male or a female that fucking does not respect my kids' boundaries. If my kid says no, that fucking means no. It doesn't matter if they're male or female. No fucking means no. If they're sad, they're fucking sad. They're human beings. They have emotions. But we treat them like they're fucking robots, that they don't have emotions. So they build it up and build it up and build it up and build it up. And when they finally fucking explode, you're like, all these people are like, oh my God, I would have never seen it coming. He was such a great guy. Bitch, did you try at all to fucking understand that man's emotions? Did you try and talk to him? Now, there is a 17-year age gap between me and Roydale. 17 years, I was the one that pursued it. I was 24. We're laying that out right now, okay? I hear how many times he says, well, it don't affect me like it affects you. Bitch, somebody just fucking died. How does that? Well, I'm not. It's fine. I don't want to discuss it. No, we're going to sit down and discuss it, and we're going to get your feelings out, because it's not okay. Well, that's not how I deal with it. I deal with it by going to work. But that doesn't get the feelings out. That's just putting it into something else. First, let's sit down and talk about it, and then you can go work all you want. But I want to know what you're feeling. I want to discuss this with you, and maybe I can help in some way, whether it be a hug or just hanging out with you and letting you vent, because men need to vent. I am no suicide counselor, okay? I'm no suicide prevention person or anything along those lines. But 95% of my friends that want to suicide is men. 50% of those, out of that 90%, are vets. But nobody wants to help them. Do you know how many vets and civilians are men that try to suicide or suicide themselves because no one fucking cared? How can you get up every morning and say, I'm such a great person, but when your friend, who's a male, is down and out, who is crying, who just it's an emotional ball because life is just throwing shit after shit after shit to them. How can you get up and be okay with not helping them? I have had literally many friends, and I fucking mean many, that have tried to suicide themselves, and I've sat on the phone for 8 fucking hours without a bitch. I sat there and I explained to them all the reasons they had left. It's true. As a man, we are taught to bottle our feelings up inside. Fucking thank you. I appreciate that more than you know, because that is the exact truth. 90% of men are left to bottle up their emotions and be told, you don't need them. All you need to do is go out there and work. What up, Gemma? How are you doing, honey? So let's bring this to kids. Because I know many women. And this happens in my own family. Happened to my uncle. Thank you. Men are expected to take huge responsibilities and never have any emotions with the stuff. Yes. Fucking truth. I have seen men go out there, bust their ass day in, day out, day in, day out. They hit a depressional rate. They're just sad. They're just sad. You don't know why they're sad. They're just sad because you didn't bother. Now, remind you, you didn't bother to go check and find out why they're sad. They're just sad. And then, I'll get to that in a second, Maddie. And then you take the fucking kids away from them because they lost it one day. They went, or you lost attraction to them. Now you're going to sit here and dangle the fucking kids in front of them like a yo-yo. Well, I'm allowed to go fuck whoever I want, but if you have a girlfriend, you're not allowed to see your kids. You're only allowed to see your kids when I say, how I say, and where I say, because I know you can't handle hiring and getting a lawyer. And those people need their kids taken away from them and given to the men. Because at that point in time, you're just being a dick. Musical Maddie says, when I first started having my mental breakdowns, it never occurred to me to get help. I just powered through them. You can't do that. You really... And this is why we need June 13th. This is why we need to appreciate a man for everything they do. This is why we need to understand and respect and love a man enough to say, hey, this is not okay. I understand you're a male, but come talk to me. I will listen to you. This is why, at the end of the day, if you're not going to power through and you're not going to appreciate a man for who they are, you don't need them. You need to go away and be a lesbian. Gemma, you know I'm always here for you. I always make Gemma laugh. That's the thing. Like, literally, in my comments, we got Gemma and Matt. They're talking about things they've gone through. Nobody is deterring them. Nobody is denying them the opportunity to talk about what they're going through. They're having an open conversation. Because at the end of the fucking day, it doesn't matter what is in your jeans. It doesn't matter what's in your pants. What matters is that you're a human fucking being. And we need to start treating men like human beings. They're not fucking robots. They're not sex machines. They do have feelings. They do have opinions. They have a preference. And this is where it really gets me. Because a guy can have a preference. Let's talk about guys' preferences. Okay. You take 100 women, 9 chances out of 10, it's going to be along the lines of they got to be over 6 foot tall. They got to have a 6-figure income. They got to work 2 jobs. They have to cook, clean, take care of whatever. They should do all this shit because they're the male. What do you bring to the table? If you can't offer the same exact thing that you expect a male to bring to that table, fucking get up and leave that table, because at that point in time, you don't deserve a male. You deserve nobody. And the reason I say this is because men are human. They're not all going to bring 6 figures home. They're not all going to be over 6 foot tall. What up, Master Fire? How you doing, honey? They're not all going to be your punching bag. What they're going to be is a human being who brings 50% into the relationship. What up, Oscar? How you doing? Yeah, long time no see. What? What'd you do? I already know how much the energy bill is. I'll pay it on the first.
Block up the kitchen and Bo's room.
That works.
Give that air conditioner a little break.
Talking about treating men like equals, guess who just walked in? My man! Guess who pays the bill? Babe, come here. Come here.
I'm looking for your man.
Shut up and get over here. Come here. Got a question for you.
Boo. What?
In this household, who pays the bills?
You do.
Why?
Because I ain't got a job.
Yes, you do. He does have a job. He takes care of me. But that's what I bring to the table. I pay the bills. What he brings to the table is he takes care of me. 50-50, right?
Something like that. It should be not you pay the bill. It should be we pay the bill. Everything's supposed to be 50-50 if you're looking at that way.
No. It's 50-50 because I am a pain in the ass. Gemma says, hi, Froggies, man.
You got to sit there and think about it.
Got to think about what?
Every penny I can get in goes to everything else in the house.
Right. Exactly. He just said it. Everything he brings in goes to everything else in this house. He brings in money. He pays for flea treatment for the dogs. He brings in money. He pays for food. He brings in money. He pays for Froggy wants. As a matter of fact, half of the reason why he's paying for all the car parts is because Froggy broke it. That's good, Oscar. I'm glad to see you come in. But no.
Everything on your table right there, where you're paying bills, I paid for all
that. He paid for my whole entire setup. Because again, I pay bills. He makes sure I'm taken care of.
It's easier to do it this way because you pay at the end of the month. Most of your bills are due at the end of the month. I get paid every 2 weeks.
Exactly.
Or every week.
So I pay the bills. He pays for everything else. Now, last night I was hungry and I had a sweet tooth. Guess what? Froggy got her sweet tooth. Froggy got the candy she wanted.
I'm gonna go back to school in my room. It is a year.
Okay. You have fun. But never once do I disrespect this man. I love this man. He has been a true father to my child. He has been nothing but caring, understanding, and loving. And I hope I'm this.
Oh.
I hope I do the same for him. He knows damn well if something's upset, I'm right there to hold him. I don't get the ick because he gets emotions or he has emotions. I don't get the ick when he literally, sorry, I was fixing the camera. I don't get the ick because he personally ain't out there busting his ass. He ain't paying all the bills. Bitch, my wants are more than the bills. I'll take care of the bills. You take care of my wants because that's a fucking pain in the ass. And if he's sad, I find out why. His neck hurts, I massage it. Because that's what you're supposed to do in a relationship. It's not all one sided. Never has been, never will be. What is one sided is how society treats men. It is fucking one sided, and we need to change it. We need to change it so our men feel pride and joy. Now, I'm not talking about the douchebags. I'm not talking about the ones that are out there. Well, you work, you cook, you clean, you do this, you do that, you do this. I'm going to go spend all your money. I ain't talking about those ones. Again, drop those ones off at the door. Yes, society is very judgmental towards both men and female. It's more, see, there's different judgments though, Gemma. Totally. There's different judgments for men and for women. Women are if you got a strong woman, a woman out there paying her bills, taking care of her shit, working 9 to 5, getting her nails done, hair done, and she ain't got a man beside her, oh, well, she's stuck up. She's too good for people. No, she's called independent. There's a reason she's independent, and that's because at the young age of childhood, she was taught she couldn't rely on anybody, so she learned to rely on herself to get shit done. That is what that's called. It takes a strong woman to take a person that's been hurt and fix it. It takes a strong man to, or women, whatever they choose, I guess. It takes a strong partner to show them the love and compassion and that they can count on them. Because once you've been taught that you can't count on anybody, that shit sticks with you. And honestly, it's hard because that's what I deal with. Nah, I'll take care of the bills. Nah, I should do that. I'm the man. Nah, I can't go. Roy ain't had. He was taught at a very young age he can't count on anybody. So he was just like that. And it's like, no, dude, I'll pay the fucking bills. And sooner or later, we managed to make it work out where I pay the bills, he pays my wants. And it's more expensive for my wants. He'll even tell you. Exactly, Jim. That's the thing. I don't know how many times I've heard women say on a platform of over 3, 4, 5 million people. I'm not going to be with a man unless they can pay the bills. As they're living in a freaking $1 million home. What up, Richie Rich? Expecting that man to work 3 jobs just so that they can continue to live in that $1 million home. Boo boo, if you got that $1 million home before you got with that man, don't expect him to come into that relationship paying that $1 million home off that you had before prior. Expect him to pay half of the bills. Half of the bills. Now, what I have been noticing, and a lot of men do this, is they have 2 accounts. They have a mutual account where money gets put in every month for bills. And then they have their own account. And I think that's one of the best things you can do in a relationship. Have your account, his account, your both's account. That way, nobody is left stranded. It is the best idea. Fuck yes, Gemma. Okay, we're gonna put Gemma's. Gemma says, hell no, absolutely not. I don't need a man to pay my bills. I do it as a form of independence, and I'm proud of it. Fucking right, Gemma. Let's go. But no, seriously. 9 chances out of 10, men are treated like shit because of the stereotype that they don't have feelings, and they are told from a very young age, you have to supply your girl. Now, I fucked up with that one too. And I'll explain my case scenario. I taught my son, when you have a woman, you treat them to things. You take them to go get their nails done. You take them to go get their hair done once in a great while. You take them out on dates. You treat them respectfully. You open the car door. You pull out the seat. You push it in. I taught my son how to be gentle, how to be a proper gentleman. Okay. My man has taught my son the same exact thing. He got a girlfriend, and all of a sudden, well, you should be taking me to get my hair and nails done. We need to go out. You need to take me on a date. Dude, my kid was like 12 years old. Bitch, what is he going to do for an income, first of all? Second of all, if my child is going out on a date, he's taking my ass with him. Sorry, it's going to be a family date. At 12 years old, you damn right it's going to be a family date. Yeah. What I noticed in that whole entire date was my son was in there. He was bowling, having fun, making cute little flirts with his girlfriend. And all of a sudden, she's on her phone, constantly on her phone, not paying attention to my son. My son was a little irritated, just a little. And then she's like, well, I got to take this. And she goes outside and she's on the phone for 3 hours, 4 hours. Well, we're inside bowling. My son continues to bowl. Okay, she said she was going on the phone. So be it. We're bowling, we're having fun, we got pizza, the whole 9 yards. And all the fucking sudden she comes in and she's like, because her mom was there too. She's like, I really don't feel like bowling no more. So we stopped bowling. No issue. You don't want to bowl no more? Great. I'm like, all right, let's call it a day. Jordan goes, gives her a hug, getting a little kiss on the cheek because he ain't about to make out in front of his parents, that whole respect thing. But he goes, Mom, am I wrong in feeling like she avoided me throughout this date? I'm like, yeah, you kind of you hit that one on the head. Not even 3 days later, he had a Special Olympics event and like 4 hour drive away. Now remind you, he was in the basketball. She wasn't in there. She was in Special Olympics as it was, but my neighbor, his ex-girlfriend, long story, was like 7 blocks away from where my son was in a total different hotel. The whole entire time he's there trying to do this event. He's getting accused of cheating. He's getting accused of ignoring her. He's getting his phone's blowing up. Now, luckily, I talked to the special ed teacher. The special ed teacher made sure they had adjoining rooms. Her and her husband, him and another kid had rooms by each other. There was a door in case of anything because of what my son had and what this other kid had. They had to have adjoining rooms. The whole entire time, the teacher's like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, take his fucking phone away. I will call you if I need him. Take his phone away. She goes, okay. And he's just bawling. Remind you, he's like 12 years old at this time. And he's in the hallway bawling. And we had to point out how abusive this relationship was because he's never been in it. So now him at 14 years or 12 years old, never been in a relationship, is sitting on the fucking floor just bawling his eyes out because a woman is verbally abusing him, mentally abusing him, and he don't know what to do. Did we say just ignore it, it will go away? Fuck no. I sat on the phone with my son crying to me for hours. I'm like, buddy, this ain't okay. Look at how it's making you feel. You shouldn't feel like this in a relationship. In a relationship, it's all about what you can give to other people and what other people can give to you. It's not all about what you can do for that person. This ain't okay. It's not okay for her to treat you like this. Have you given her any inklings that you were going to cheat on her? No, Mom, I haven't. I'm just trying to be here having fun doing my basketball tournament. I'm like, okay, so go do your basketball tournament, win this basketball tournament, and have fun. Please, just have fun for me. Okay? We'll talk about this when you get back home. And teacher goes, I got his phone. I got his phone for the rest of the night. I go, okay, don't answer it, but leave it on. Keep it charged. Leave it on. When I come pick my son up from the school, I'll get the phone from you. In the time it took them, now remind you, he was gone for 2 days. In the time that it took him to do this tournament, everything that happened on the first night. By the second night, the teacher's like, I have to go to sleep. How do I shut the volume off at least? And I walked her through and told her how to shut it down. I made sure Buddy was okay. You know, I was there for my son. In the text messages, the teacher herself saying, I'm going to kill myself. If you don't answer me, I'm just going to go commit suicide because I'm just so depressed. Why won't you answer me? It's just ridiculous. My son's 12 years old dealing with that. How is he supposed to cope with it? I'm like, no, it's done. There is no more. You two are no more ever allowed. No. And the teacher's like, that's abusive. I'm like, I know. Well, not even 6 months later, she's like, Jordan tried pulling me into the bathroom and doing things with me. Excuse me? Okay, let's watch the cameras. Well, it was down this hall, and we don't have cameras down the hall. Principal's like, nope, we do. Let's watch these cameras. My son wasn't even near there. You know where my son was? He was out on the football field. So she tried blaming my kid and getting him accusing him of doing no naughty things. And then all of a sudden he's dating my neighbor again. And not even 2 months into the relationship. Now remind you, they're neighbors. They hang out, they chill, they do all that shit. Not even 2 months later, the neighbor broke up with my son because he was gay. What up, ABRAXAS?
Are you talking about a stereotype again?
She gives me one. Who the hell's that?
Tanya.
Honey.
Men's mental health and the stereotypes. Stereotypes is nobody gives a rat's ass. Men are supposed to be strong and not feel emotions. Men are supposed to be the providers that have 6 figures and stand 6 foot tall. And, you know, genetics don't have anything into that. They're supposed to work 2 jobs, and they're supposed to go to the gym on the daily basis because they have to be buff. And they're not allowed to have a preference because, God forbid, they had a preference. A female's going to be like, he don't like me. He's a bully.
Okay.
That's not how society should be.
I do agree that the man should be the provider of the family.
Oh, so you don't think men can provide the wants while the woman pays the bills?
He likes to change.
I'm not saying that.
He's not saying that.
Yeah, because
pay the bills and provide for them too.
But here's the thing, and this is how I'm going to bring this up. Again, Roy and I have the agreement that I pay the bills. Why do I pay the bills? Because all the bills get paid at one time, and I know the bills get paid. If they do not come out of my paycheck on the 1st of every fucking month, I will forget what bills I paid and what bills I did pay, and then we're without water or electricity or whatever. Right?
Yep.
So I made the agreement that I pay all the bills. What does Roy pay?
Don't know.
Doesn't he pay for repairs on the vehicle that he does?
Right. Who paid for my trip to Virginia?
Roy.
Who paid for all the shit that I bought in Virginia?
Roy.
Who spoils the fuck out of her, Roy?
Exactly. So why is it not that I can produce my own money and take care of pay the bills while he just spoils the fuck out of me?
Well, you have to remember, I have old school parents that believe in one way, and that's the way we were taught.
But both your dad and I did the bills. Excuse me.
Hey,
Now,
look at what Oscar said. I understand, by the way, Froggy, being a kind of a child knower is never okay to make their own child to pay their own thing for themselves instead of a helping parent. Right. A parent should help their child pay for things until it gets to the point where they are above the age of 18 and they need to learn how to, pay bills. At that point in time, okay, homie, your rent is this, your part of the electric is this, you're part of the, and you break it down so that way sooner or later they can live on their own, unless they're Cody, because Cody will never live on their own.
he can let him live on his own.
No, he can't. He's too much a penny pincher.
I know.
Actually, no.
I know.
His first,
But John, he helps out with everybody.
I know.
his first check, he went on a shopping spree for everyone but himself.
Right, because that's Cody, because that's how you've raised him. But we're talking about the stereotypes and not our own family. We're talking about the stereotypes that a guy should be over 6 foot tall, be in the gym, have a 6-figure income, make sure he pays all the bills and all the wants, and is not allowed to show emotions, is not allowed to be happy, is not allowed to be sad, has to be a robot, it is never sexually assaulted because, men can't say no, and
And
is
Okay.
told that having feelings is weak and a ick.
now, my mom just asked, where the hell did you grow up? Bad part about it,
I
as
grew
soon
up
as it
in Minnesota.
and let me finish what I'm saying. Mom, as soon as it turned to 1995,
That's when shit starts.
that's when women decide to be feminists and basically
Oh,
not
no.
go by the whole rule of feminists of what women were fighting for, but they take it far and beyond.
Okay, we're not going to call those women feminists. We're going to call those women sexist. Let's get that fucking woman straight.
Wait,
A
how about we do
feminist
this?
is somebody that fights for equal rights between a
Fine.
man and a woman.
Now, Tanya, instead of saying sexist, how about we turn that into controlling?
There you go. That's a great word because they are controlling.
There's not anyone between the ages. Ma,
No. You cannot say that because there are some great women out there that are raised by great adults. Okay.
let me finish though.
Okay.
There's not a female between the ages of 19 and 30 that thinks they don't have to work. Everybody has to provide for them. And anyone they date has to have a high 6 to 7 digit bank account.
Once again, there are women out there because my niece Katie has her own job. She pays all her own bills, and she has a boyfriend that she spoils the hell out of. She pays for her own hair, she pays for her own nails and her own eyelashes, and she totally does not want her boyfriend to pay for anything.
Hey, I wasn't done. But there are like 10% that thinks they don't need a man to depend on.
All
They
right.
can actually go out, stand on their own 2 feet, and all that.
All right. It's not the modern day society is not what it used to be. There is a guy on TikTok that he does the ick.
I don't know,
Every time he finds like a video of a woman saying this is Nick or that Nick. He writes it down. He's at over 600 already. Breathing was an ick. Running was an ick. Sleeping was an ick. Dorian says, "What up, Abraxas?" At what? But if men turn around and said this is an ick for about a woman, that's an ick for a woman, they'd be called a sexist. They'd be called all the names in the book because at the end of the day, they can't understand that men have the right to say no. Men have the right to say, I don't like this.
Here, Missy.
And that's the issue. 90% of the men and women,
too.
well, I should say 90% of the women fully believe that men should take care of them and they should not have to do nothing. And we're not talking about the people that are like, okay, well, if you work, I'll cook, I'll clean, and I'll take care of the house and kids and whatever. You know, we're not talking about the stay-at-home wives or the stay-at-home parents. We're not talking about them. We're not talking about the people with a disability. We're talking about the full healthy women who believe that a man should be a robot.
Right.
And Chris is a prime example of, well, men don't show emotions.
Yes, he is. I agree 100%.
Because he doesn't show emotions.
Can I change that? I agree 5,000%.
He will bottle it up until he explodes.
Yep.
And then when he explodes, you have to understand why he exploded. Because he has all this pent up struggle weighing him down.
Yep.
Point where he just can't do much more. And
Get your ass in there before I give you an ultimate wedgie, you little lady.
Mom's grounded. She's doing things that she shouldn't be doing.
oh shit.
While you're sitting there telling him how he's got to get that damn car cleaned out.
You know what?
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't have proper or any information or shit you need, if it's dirty, it's dirty. They'll clean it.
Oh no, it's got tools in it. It's got Cody's PS3.
It's got a lot of shit that needs to come out.
Yeah.
But no, I fully 100% the stereotype of men.
Penny,
It's sitting over there.
overweight.
Over there.
This whole idea that men can't have emotions needs to go out the fucking window because a man is allowed to have an emotion.
Nope.
A man is allowed to be happy. A man is allowed to be sad.
Nope.
Man,
Baby girl.
you know what, bitch? Come here and
You
I'll
know what,
fucking
bitch?
show you sad. I'll make you sad.
Will you?
Yep. It ain't.
Wow.
It ain't your fault or Missy's fault that all your friends have a bigger dick than you do.
Huh?
Huh?
If you got that, write it down in the comments below.
Say what?
You just made my mom turn 50 shades of red.
You know that old joke? What can make a man happy and sad at the same time?
What?
Know what? You out of your friends have the biggest dick.
I never got in that argument. First, you gotta have friends.
But no, the argument, that's the joke because 90% of the men are going to be like, yay, I have the. Wait, when did you see that? But no, at the end of the day, that's another fucking stereotype. I am sorry, but why are we as women judging a man based off his dick size.
Look out. Look out.
They don't judge us off our tata size. They don't judge us
Yeah, I
off
know.
our. So you got Miss with Missy only because she had big boobs, not because she was a
Sure.
great person. Exactly. Most men do find the woman attractive for certain appeals, but 9 chances out of 10 they're going to go off of what's on the inside and not what's on the outside, because it's looks are going to fade. Sorry to say, looks are going to fade. But women will break up with a man because their penis size is too small. They will laugh and discriminate against a man because of his package. But if a man does it to a woman, it's wrong. It's violating.
It's masculine.
Right. They're being they're being y'all know the fucking word for it. What am I thinking? Masculine. It's like masculine, but they're being a chauvinist pig, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. So why is it okay for a woman to be a chauvinist pig but not a man? And
How about you?
wait. Let me explain. We're not talking back in the old days when a man did take care of the house or take care of, the bills and the woman's wants. We're not talking back in the old days when it was still fucking 50-50. We're talking nowadays where women think that men should be the main providers, should take care of the children, should take care of every fucking thing. And
Well, they go whore around.
Yeah, and they could go whore around.
I never did that.
We're not talking about back in the old days. So, Mom, I love the back in. I wish we went back in the old days. You know why? Children would go outside and they learn work ethics. They would learn how. What'd she say?
She said stuff was a hell of a lot cheaper, lady.
Hell yeah.
She's a lady, Mom. She's a frog.
Ribbit. But back in the old days, we didn't have the society we do nowadays, and the society we have now is nothing but chauvinistics against one sex or another. Why can't we all be equal?
Because kids are spoiled now.
Let's talk about the women that are out there sleeping with everybody, and that's okay. But a man does is cheating. And again, there are men out there who will sleep with everybody in their next door neighbor. But if a woman does it, it's cheating.
Yep.
How about we just classify cheating as what it is? When you sexually have relations with other people. And I'm not talking just where a man is talking to another woman or a woman is talking to a man. That is not fucking cheating. I don't care who you are. And sometimes it's beneficial to have a friend that you can just vent to. So to all the people that say that there's a thing called emotionally cheating, if you have proven to your man over and over and over again that you don't give a rat's ass about their mental feelings and they go to somebody else because they need that outlet, they need to get rid of all that stress and anxiety that's held on them, that shit is not called emotional cheating. That shit is called having a friendship. Men and women can be friends without fucking.
Okay, now I'm going to throw this out there. There is a YouTube channel that sticks up for men's rights.
Right.
And that's a female.
Exactly.
Scooby-Doo.
It matter. No, seriously. Roma's Army, she pays her baby daddy, even though she has the child, she pays her baby daddy child support.
She gives her baby daddy $4,000 a month to live off from. That's not counting paying his rent.
Right.
And he probably don't want nothing to do with the kid.
Oh no, he does.
He does.
He takes her half the time. She wants to make sure that that man is taken care of and has everything he needs for when he takes care of that baby.
Well, the thing is, they're actually still friends.
Exactly. How many people are friends with their exes nowadays? You're not going to find many, because at the end of the day, oh, well, he was a piece of shit. Well, if he was such a piece of shit, why were you with him for so long?
Yep.
Hey, guess what? I don't see any hands going up on that.
Exactly, you're not going to, because it's going to be, well, he did this and he did that, or she did this and she did that. You know what men do to get over a relationship most of the time?
90% of them, they go to the bar and drink.
Right. They discuss it a couple of times and they start working on their inner self. And that's the thing. You can't change how you are unless you work on yourself. You can't expect a person to change you. You've got to change for yourself. So if a woman literally, and I'm not going to say every woman, let's change this. If a man,
in general,
if you break up with someone and you're like, look, the reason I broke up with you is because X, Y, Z, and you didn't do this or that. Guess what? They're going to be like, okay, that's understandable. Let me work on that. Right? But instead, you got women out there that like to use kids as toys. You got people who sit there and fucking, well, you need to do this, even though they're broke up. Like, bitch, no the fuck I don't. We're broke up. You have no control over my life. And as far as my fucking kids go, it's a mutual agreement unless the kids were affected mentally or physically in that relationship by the other partner.
I got a perfect example on that.
Where?
Oh, wait. You want to know how I seen it?
Yeah.
Roma's Army.
Roma's Army? What the hell's that?
It's a YouTube channel. You've heard her. She's actually from Romania and lives in Canada because she was an orphan and was adopted by somebody in Canada.
Okay.
She did a video on a person off a video that she found. This bitch went ahead and threatened assault, child pedophilia, and everything else on her husband because he would not give her the password to the internet.
What? Why didn't she have her own damn password to the internet?
No, she wanted to check on him. She wanted to check on what he was doing.
If you
Probably a reason behind
No.
it.
Mom, he was in the military, so he wasn't at the house all the time.
Here you go. Here's Roy's phone. Don't know why it's in my room, but it is. If you don't have enough trust in your relationship where you can be like, here's the phone. Here's the passcode.
Tanya, there's a problem. Chris can give me his phone all day. I still could see what folks say.
Well, you're different. Now, the only passcode that people cannot realize is this one. No one in my house can get this one, but I give it to them. I show them what it is repetitively. I tell them every day what it is. They're allowed full access to my conversations. And the sad part is they should know what the fuck the passcode is.
But the thing is, and it wasn't actually to check up on him. It was so she can go on there and mess around. Is what it was.
Why are military men and women significant others constantly cheating? Now there is a general statement that people in the military will cheat on their significant others, but what they don't realize is they get caught cheating, they're dishonorably discharged out of the fucking military because, oh yeah, it's against the law. But if a spouse is cheating, they say it's because, their man was away for so long. They needed sexual relationships with other people because they just can't handle a 6-month tour, a year tour. Guess what, homie? They're over there fucking stroking it because they can't get nothing because it's against the law.
And look what I told her.
Right. Hang on. Mom, it's story time with Mom.
Woo! Story time with Mom.
Years ago, when my husband was around, he went ahead. We went into a restaurant, and it was a steakhouse over by Belleville. And this black woman come in, and she come running over to my husband and threw her arms around him and kissed him and stuff. And Denny introduced me to her. And Denny was as red could be. And she said, "Lady, I'm taking your old man." I said, "Okay." But I get the kids. I get the cars. I get the homes. And
Oh. We lost Mom. They'll be back shortly. But yeah, honestly, people don't realize how much trouble they'd be in if they got caught cheating in the military. I don't know how to get a hold of Chris. That phone is not going to help me get a hold of Chris. How about this phone? This phone will help me get a hold of Chris.
Did you hear anything my mom said?
No.
Yeah, you took it off the screen.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, Mom.
At the bottom. Just leave it like that.
This woman come in up to my husband at a restaurant. Bonanza Steakhouse.
Right.
And she was a tall black lady, very pretty. And I told her she could have my husband. I got the kids, I got the checks, I got the cars, I got the houses. I got everything. All he got was just the clothes on his back. A knife, fork, and spoon, a plate, and a saucer, and a cup. That's all he got. Condition. She had to make him happier than I could. Well, I got up after this woman left. I went to the table, went in to washed his hands and face before he ate. And Missy, or this woman, the woman that she was there with, said, "See, I told you she was too classy for you." And she followed us into the bathroom. And she said, "Ma'am," she said, "were you really serious about what you said?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Don't you love him?" I said, "I love him with my whole heart. I would give my life for him. But for the likes of you, you sound like a tramp. And I'm afraid my husband would never go for you."
And that's how you put them in their place.
"If you really want him, I gave you the conditions." She said, "No, ma'am, that's okay." She said, "I've got a husband of my own." And I said, "Then why the hell aren't you here with him?" And she could not answer me. And she had on a belt that I would never, ever, ever wear. It had two hands for the buckle that was pointed down toward the crotch,
Ugh.
as close to that crotch as could be. And she said, "Well, what do you mean that I look like a tramp?" I said, "For instance, the belt." I said, "No decent human being would wear something like that was trying to impress a man's wife." I was dressed in a skirt, a tee, a jacket to match the skirt, and heels. And my hair was done just so. My makeup was just so. Now I don't give a damn if I wear makeup or not.
Right.
And my hair just stays straight all the time. But it's just the idea, though. My husband told me, he says, "Boy, honey, you put her in her place." I said, "Yes, darling, I did." And I said, "She comes up like that again." I said, "I'll do it again." I said, "I told her my conditions of her taking you." And I said, "I stick by them." But I said, "You just remember, I get the check, the cars, the houses, the kids." I said, "You can have visiting rights every other weekend and a week out of the summer, each month in the summer."
She unmuted her. She muted herself. Hold on. Shit. Braxis. She muted herself on accident.
Hey, yeah, there?
Yep. We got it.
Okay. But it's just the idea that I just told her the way it was.
And that's what we have to do.
My husband said that night at work she come up and she was so damn red faced it was ridiculous. And how the hell he could tell she was red faced is beyond me.
But yeah, sometimes we just have to put people in their place.
Okay.
Like if somebody were to come up and say, "Oh, I'm taking him," okay, well, guess what? You get to pay all his bills. I'm settled.
Yeah. My son wants you back, honey. Here he is.
Ha! Story time with mom's over with. So nah.
But no, I totally agree. We should set boundaries. And guess what? That's what she did. She set a boundary. You want to leave? This is how you're leaving.
But isn't that a little bit feminist, demanding the whole check?
No.
Yes.
No, it's
I
not.
have 3 things to take care of.
You want to know something? By law, you'd be able to get up to 55% of his check because he would still have to support himself.
Wait. No.
But
She
that's
would
the
not.
point.
She would get 55% of the check for the child support. Then she would get 50 or 25% for alimony. So homie would go out there with a
At
check.
that time, they wiped alimony out of the courts. Now, the point I'm trying to make is by law, they can only take 55 because you cannot leave your spouse and take all of it.
He wouldn't have been my spouse anymore.
It doesn't matter. Shut
Yeah,
up.
but-
Let me
wait,
make
wait,
my
wait.
point.
You gotta remember back in the old day and now.
Because if you take the whole check, then you're actually pursuing a case in murder.
No, he has another homie that's gonna sit there and
Very
take care
easily.
of her.
I would just take what I had become used to.
It's not the point. It's not the point. For the simple reason, the murderer, if you take all of his check, he has no place to live.
He would live with her.
Hush. No place to live, no
He had a
vehicles.
camper.
Hush. And no money for food, which he could starve, and that can be also prosecuted as murder.
And he could come home once in a great while.
No, he didn't say that.
He knows what I meant, Chris.
See,
He wasn't
hey,
going anywhere.
I know what she meant.
I am basically stating the facts.
I know.
So that means that would not just be murder in that situation, that would be premeditated murder.
Oh, well, I guess he should have just stayed the hell away from her.
He did.
Amen to that. See, here's the
But
thing.
this is the whole thing that the new age feminists wants.
They can kiss my ass for all I care about.
See,
I
there's a
woman
difference
out.
between feminists, people who fight for women's rights, and people who fight for men's rights. Okay, a feminist is somebody that's going to be equal, right? Because they want equality. No,
That's the whole reason why I said the new age feminists.
right? These new age feminists, they think their shit don't stink, and guess what, boo boo? That shit stinks worse than fucking cow manure. That shit smells like it's been ran through your system 9 times over after Taco Bell.
And right now, a lot of women wish they didn't have equal rights.
Yep.
Because 90% of them don't want to go to war. They bitch about not getting equal pay, which they do get equal pay. I guarantee they would get equal pay if they did the equal job.
All right. That's the thing. Okay. So you take a man and you take a woman. They both get hired to do the same job. The woman is playing that game. Oh, it's too heavy for me. Could you lift it? The man's out there lifting it. The woman, oh, it's hot. It's burning my hands. Could you do this? So basically, they're standing there doing nothing while the man is doing everything, but they want equal pay. Now, if you're, and I'm not saying everyone, if you're out there and you're actually busting your ass, and I mean actually out there busting your fucking ass, you get equal pay. It's not equal. It's not, oh, well, if you do this job the same as this person, it's less or more than this person. It's if you do a shittier job than this person, you're going to get paid less. Now, let me tell you about my niece. My niece is a 23-year-old child of the corn, 100%. She will go out.
Related to you.
Exactly. She will go out there. She works 9 to 5. I think 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. So almost every Saturday. But she goes out there and she busts her ass. She works with her dad and my sister. So she goes out there every day and she busts her ass. And I mean, she busts her ass. Then you have her sister, or another lady that works there, and my sisters watch this firsthand, who will flirt with all the men so they do their job. They do her job. All of a sudden, they're mad at my niece because my niece is getting paid more than her. Well, yeah, she does more work, more pay. They don't find it fair, which is stupid because honestly, if you're out there busting your ass, you're going to get paid for it. If you're out there diddly daddly, you're not going to get paid for it. And that's how it should be. Now you take people like my daughter who have a really hard time working, have panic attacks and everything else because they don't know how to say no. Who has a man that's willing to pay all the bills. What does my daughter do? She cooks, she cleans, she keeps on track of what bills get paid, when, how, the whole 9 yards. She makes homemade sourdough bread every day. She made, like, literally, she's a little Betty Crocker, okay? But again, her relationship is, I'll work, you cook, clean. Now you take my relationship. Totally out of the orthodox. Not normal. I pay the bills. But I'm also a spoiled little princess. 100%.
That she is.
But we also have mine and Roy's relationship also has the agreement I can flirt with whoever the fuck I want. I can say whatever the fuck I want. But there does come a line where shit is drawn, and you surpass that line, shit's gonna get handled the way it's gonna get handled. First time, we're gonna talk about it. Second time, there is no second time. You do that shit again, you're out the fucking door. And it ain't me out the door, it's him out the door.
Yes.
And the reason why it's him out the door and not me out the door is because
You pay the bills.
no, I'd be fine wherever. He would not take that away from me and Jordan. He would not take a roof over our head. He would not take food out of our mouth. He would not take Jordan's only dad away from him. So we agreed upon a long ass time ago that if we ever did decide to break up, he will be in one room and I'll be in another room. And we will be roommates. And that's all.
Well, whatever floats your boat, you know?
Well, it's because even though Jordan is 16 years old, to take his dad away from him,
He's going to have resentment against both of you.
exactly.
Your dad and I would have split. Your dad could have had you kids anytime you wanted.
But anyways, I'm going to get off here. I need to get some bills paid since I did get paid today.
I'm going to get off here and go pick on Roy. Because he has a massaging bed and I don't. So I'm going to go sit on his massaging bed while he's out there mowing yards.
Oh, so basically you're kicking him out of his bed.
No, he's already outside mowing.
Well, you're going to kick him out of his bed and not let him back in his bed.
99 degrees outside and this bitch is outside mowing.
Damn.
I should have been out mowing today.
Oh, real feel 109.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we're supposed to have rain. Maybe even Monday.
I might have to go beg Cody to go get me some new wipers on. They said the wipers in the truck were getting flat when we got the oil change.
Are you going to Illinois tomorrow?
Yes, I am.
Do you need me to keep you up?
I might be doing a live stream while driving.
Okay.
How are the puppies?
Abraxas is throwing up constantly.
Yeah.
Hopefully that will change when we get them home.
Right. Get them home and get them.
To be honest,
Pick up some of this. It's a natural antibiotic. It works really good for any upset stomachs or anything along those lines.
Well, you're gonna have to send me the name.
I'll just send you the where we got it because we got it at Walmart and it was 2 for $20. And this has been the only thing that has saved Jordan's or Chomp Chomp's IBS.
Well, the thing is, this Walmart probably won't have it.
Have it shipped to you. That's what I did.
Yeah.
But I love y'all. Do you have any final words for these lovely people that have stuck around for an hour and a half?
Much love. Have fun.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this interview. Or this live. I hope you got some hellacious information from it. Remember, ladies, treat your man like a fucking human being because there is a lady out there that will treat them like a human being if you don't. And men, treat your women. And men, treat your women like a human being because there are men out there that will treat them better than you if you don't. So, with that being said, what were you going to say, Abraxas?
I would say you better say the same thing about the men, though, too.
Hell yeah. Let's get it back to equality and not fucking sexism. We love y'all and we hope you have an amazing night. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Have a great day. Love y'all. Bye.
First, they would need to get the country back in order.
Right?
yeah, they got the country back.